Manitoba will make history at the end of this month. The province will have its first ever female premier. Heather Stefanson and Shelly Glover are competing for the leadership of the Manitoba Progressive Conservative Party. The former leader and premier, Brian Pallister, resigned at the beginning of September. The new leader will be elected by party members on October 30th. Heather Stefanson is in Winnipeg. Ms. Stefanson, thank you very much for joining the program. Welcome to the program, I should say. And I look at what all premiers across this country are facing, and they essentially have to get their provinces through COVID. What makes you the right person for that job now?
Well, I think I've had the experience. I've been around for 21 years as an elected member of the Manitoba legislature. I've also held cabinet portfolios, justice, families, as well as health. And I think I've got the experience that Manitobans need, and also that collaborative approach I think that Manitobans have been asking for, and I'm looking forward to working with Manitobans moving forward.
You mentioned when you were in the portfolio of health minister, this was at a time during Manitoba's third wave when the health system became overwhelmed, when 57 patients had to be moved out of province, when someone died in the middle of trying to do one of those transports, that happening in Brandon. When you look back at that and some of the criticism that you received and that your government received, was it you making those decisions or was it the former premier?
These were very difficult decisions that needed to be made. Those were primarily clinical decisions that were made in terms of the movement of patients. And it was done based on, the safety and the best interest of the patients. And that was always what was put first. And so certainly, we always follow the advice of public health. And we did so. There's no playbook when it comes to the pandemic, but we can only make decisions based on the best information that we have at any given time.
Do you regret not taking stronger measures before that third wave got so out of control that you had to start moving patients out of the province?
Well, look, these are very tough decisions that are made. There's no question. And I think, when you look back, yes, are there things that we could have done better? Always, but it's very difficult to make those decisions in a pandemic when, you make the best decisions that you can with the information that you have at the time. And I think that's what everyone was doing. The entire team was doing during that time. It was very difficult.
You have, over the course of this leadership campaign, made some fairly serious claims about your rival. We just heard from her in a clip before we started talking there, Shelly Glover. You alleged last week that she had threatened to fire sitting MLAs or run candidates against them at future nomination meetings. Glover has called that allegation an outrageous lie and wants you to apologize. Do you plan to do that?
These are things that we're hearing on the campaign trail. I hope it's not true. And if that's what she said, then that's fine. We will continue to run a very positive campaign as we have been. I've been all over the province listening to Manitobans, and I think what they want to see is someone in our premier position that takes a collaborative approach, is going to work with other levels of government, especially during these very difficult times during COVID.
That sounds like you're saying, I don't have anything to apologize for.
No, again, we've heard from Manitobans. There were rumblings out there that this was the case. She has addressed it and said that it wasn't. And so that's fine. We'll move on from there. I'm more concerned about what Manitobans have to say, and I will continue to, move about our province. I'm heading up north tomorrow to listen to northern Manitobans. We need to take this collaborative approach moving forward, where we're listening to Manitobans, working with Manitobans, and working with other levels of government as well in a very collaborative way through these difficult times.
As you talk about collaboration, there was sometimes not that with the previous premier, with Brian Pallister. Sometimes there were tense words between the provincial and federal levels of government. What is, when you talk about modernization and you talk about changing the party, what are the kinds of things that need to change with the progressive conservatives in Manitoba to be more forward-facing, to be more electable going forward?
We need to be listening to Manitobans. I have been out each and every day.
What does that mean when you say you're listening to Manitobans?
Listening to Manitobans, hearing what they have to say. And really, what I have heard them say, one of the biggest issues out there right now is a labor shortage in Manitoba. If we're not out listening to Manitobans, we're not going to know what the issues are. And so that's what I have been doing. And certainly those will be issues that I will address moving forward. as hopefully if I earn the respect of our party members, and I become the premier after October 30th.
Whoever wins this, Manitoba is going to have a woman as premier, and that's something of a rarity right now in this country. There was a time where 6 of the premiers were women, and now that is not the case. What do you think it needs to happen to have more women at the leadership level, both provincially and federally?
Well, I think we need to encourage more women to get involved in politics at all levels. And so I think what's exciting about what's happening here in Manitoba, this is about to make history. Whoever wins this race, we're going to have a woman premier, and that's really exciting for Manitoba. I really hope that I have that opportunity, and I look forward to working with my counterparts across the country in a very collaborative way, and with the federal government as well.
All right. Ms. Stefanson, good to have you on the program. Thanks very much.
Thanks, David. Take care.
Have a good trip up north. Wonderful country you're heading to. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Vashi Capellos, host of Power in Politics. See more of our show by subscribing to the CBC News channel or click the link for another video.